Otherwise, the Romans were using different kind of Roman roads. And usually Roman roads were made with lava stone. It was on part of the original Roman road. And this water there, you just walk on cobblestones of a Roman road. This last Okay. We are in the center of the east side now. These are, the gate that was here, this was the gate for the Roman, this was the gate of, called the Bitinario, the gate of the dead, or the gate of the infant. Let's go to the shade and give you the Okay.
And there's Bertha. And there's Barb and Charlie. So happy. And there's Sue and John. Happy. Standing next to me.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it's a privilege. Okay. Your name is, sir? My name is Antonia.
Antonia? My name is Roger.
Nice to meet you.
Roger Unwell. And this is my wife, Karen.
Last $18.
Karen?
This is her father, Charlie. Her Aunt Sue.
In the middle of the countryside. Up to the 1349. Then we had an earthquake. An earthquake that raised down the south side of the Colosseum, which is nowadays almost completely missing. And west. The gate on the north side for the emperors, south side for the senators, east-west side gates, two direct access from the outside to the arenas level for the big generals. The gates for the common people, the other 76 gates, were numbered. You can see the Roman numbers carved on the arches of the ground floor. Can you see? 51, 52, 53, 54, and so on, all numbered. Why? Because people get in this building, they need to be ruled. And they had the tickets, little bricks, terracotta tickets, big, almost like a hand with the numbers. And outside of the Colosseum, there were 160 monolithic stones. 5 left in there. Can you see? Still nowadays. They were originally 160 all the way around. On top of those stones there were pulleys. So ropes from top were coming down, one by one put on the pulleys on the stones, and 600 sailors, dividing teams, 200 on top, 400 on here, were in charge to pull the ropes to open a system of sails on top of the Colosseum in linen. So the Colosseum in the summertime was covered to obtain a shade for the spectators. Okay? And those are 5 stones of the 160 ones all the way around to tie around the ropes originally inside. The arena, the seats, and the big canopy. The arena was a wooden floor, a wooden stage with a sand on it. Sand was used to maintain clean the arena. In Latin, arena means sand. That's why we call arena this place. The people sitting next to the arena were protected by metal net fences. There were metal net fences and the seats. And between the metal net fences sits archers ready to shoot, to kill the eventual animals or gladiators who were trying to jump and to reach the spectators. So there was a security system, protection. Okay? The big canopy was called velarium, which means the big sail. Okay? Please. Stones, now, typical of the Roman roads, of polygonal blocks of lava. Pyramids and buildings of the ancient Rome, they had a pedestrian walking areas around. Okay? At that time, 2000 years ago, in Rome, we're living one part of the building. There is a white stone on the floor. Can you see the white stone? Okay, on the floor, it's a line, it's a marking the perimeter of the last steel ring missing nowadays on the south side because of the earthquake of the 13, 1480 after Christ. The arena had only one level, the top one. Was not empty below. Now, when you will go inside, you will see this. It's a big difference nowadays with 2000 years ago. The arena, elliptical, like the old building is, was empty below, and that's why you can see the underneath levels, the backstages, covered originally by the wooden floor, nowadays missing. But when the Colosseum was inaugurated, the arena was not empty below. The arena had only one level, the top one. That's why the arena was flooded. The Romans were flooding the arena like a swimming pool. They were flooded the arena. Once flooded, the Romans, they like to organize sea battles, water games. Small boats, short people on the boats, even dwarfs, and they were fighting. This is because short people, because everything was looked proportional to the spectators. Then, in the water there were alligators, hippopotamus, animals imported from the north of Africa, from the Egypt, especially from the Nile. In the 84 after Christ, the Emperor Domitian wanted to add the underneath levels, digging for 10 meters, 30 feet, and they obtained the back stages of the Colosseum, the underneath levels, 200 levels, connected outside by tunnels, and with the top by ramps, stairs, and 28 manual elevators, corresponding to 28 trapdoors. So in the meantime, gladiators were fighting. Suddenly could jump out lions, tigers, wolves, wild dogs, bears, whatever, exotic wild beasts, extremely aggressive, trained for the occasion. The Romans were training the animals to get used to eat human meat. They were training the animals, trading the animals badly, so they were getting aggressive, and they were not feeding the animals. Many days, several days before, even 10 days before the game. So jumping out, you can imagine, after this training period, even a chihuahua could be an aggressive animal. Now, what you know about the entertainments organized by the Romans is what you learn watching the movies. So you know, lions eating the Christians, gladiators combats, and that's it. Any other games? No. You see? Now guys, the Romans organized the entertainments for 13 centuries. And the variety of entertainments Romans organized was more various than known nowadays. And the Romans organized entertainments not only in the Rome, but all over the empire, in 1,000 buildings for entertainments. Now I would like to let you understand why you pay 11 euros to get inside of the Colosseum, where there is not much left. The best preserved part I told you is the outside. You should pay to go out and not to get in. But it's not possible. That's why we ask you the money. The Romans organized through the centuries the most incredible, spectacular, fantastic, expensive, violent, cruel, bloody games human beings could invent. To give you an idea, an example, I will tell you now, a short story, which was written by a Latin writer, Plinio il Giovane, and this story is about the first game organized in the Colosseum for the inauguration of the Colosseum. The Colosseum was inaugurated in the 80 AD by the Emperor Titus. And the Colosseum was inaugurated by the Emperor Titus offering 100 days of games. 100 days of games, 7,000 gladiators, 11,000 wild animals fighted in the Colosseum in 100 days. The first game was July 15, 10 a.m., 80 AD. And in the arena of the Colosseum there were 20 elephants and 100 lions fighting. Now Plinio Giovane was one of the spectators that day. He said that morning, before the elephants and then the lions reached the arena. The elephants were in the center and the lions all around. The impact of the animals on the spectators is impressive. People stopped eating, drinking, talking, they were just watching. Animals also were very nervous, impressed. The lions by the elephants by the lions, and both by the spectators. So there were no fighting. Few seconds of incredible quietness. Then the archers that day started to shoot to the elephants. Blinding, the blood stimulated the lions, the fight started. It was so chaotic that Plinio described it like a bloody, stinking, terrible storm. The tiny sand of the arena, red because of the blood, and moved by the chaotic fight of the animals, was like a red cloud, was foggy in the arena. Not possible to distinguish the lions by the elephants. Now Plinio left the Colosseum that day, and Plinio left Rome with his chariot that day, before the end of the games. And when it was 4 miles, 6 kilometers away, Plinio stopped the chariot, and he said that day it was possible to hear the noise from the Colosseum. The elephants were trumpeting so loudly, in such a terrific way, that it seemed to Plinio that the elephants were trying to call the gods of the Olympus to show them what shame was going on here. 20 elephants, 100 lions. It's one game only, 13 centuries of games, 1,000 buildings. It's a drop in an ocean. But I think that only 1 minute only, 60 seconds of a fight with 20 elephants and 100 lions would be more spectacular than any colossal movie we have nowadays. Nothing is comparable nowadays. To 1 minute, only 1 minute. Don't forget this, that you are going inside one of the major attractions in the world. 2,000 years ago, people were coming from all over the empire to visit the Colosseum, to get inside this place, and to visit Rome, obviously. And if lucky, those people were getting inside and able to see incredible games, eating and drinking for free because it was a political propaganda. 2,000 years later, guys, you pay 11 euros to get in, and there is nothing to see, nothing to eat, and nothing to drink. You know how many people visit the Colosseum every year? 4 millions. 4 million people. 2,000 years later, the Colosseum is still visited by 4 million people. Whatever happened in this place is